Assalamualaikum to Prof. Shanawi. My name is Rishamisa binti Mama Azad, ID number 2024479084. For the cybersecurity, the case that I chose is public prosecutor versus Rutini bin Suhaimi. Facts of the case. This case involves public prosecutor versus Rutini bin Suhaimi. The accused Rutini bin Suhaimi was alleged to have posted an offensive comment on the official website of the Sultan of Perak. The comment, which read Sultan Perak Sudah Gila, was posted on 13 February 2009 through the website online visitor book. The offensive comment was later discovered by an information officer from the Perak State Secretary's office while monitoring the Sultan official website. After the comment was found, the matter was reported to Malaysian Communication and Multimedia Commission (MCMC) for further investigation. During the investigation, MCMC traced the comment to an internet protocol IP address that was registered under the Rutini bin Suhaimi's name. The investigators also collected technical evidence, including internet record, to identify the person responsible for posting the comment. Based on the evidence gathered, the public prosecutor charged Rutini bin Suhaimi under Section 2331A of the Communication and Multimedia Act 1998. This section makes it an offence to knowingly use network facilities or network service to transmit offensive, indecent, false or insulting content with the intention of annoying, abusing, threatening or harassing another person. Therefore, the main issue before the court was whether the prosecution had successfully proven that the accused was responsible for posting the offensive comment using the internet account linked to his name. Issues of the case. The incident started on 13 February 2009 when an offensive comment about the Sultan of Perak was posted on the Sultan's official website. The comment was considered insulting and inappropriate, which led to concern about the misuse of online platform. After the comment was discovered, the incident was reported to Malaysian Communication and Multimedia Commission, also known as MCMC, for further investigation. MCMC is the government agency responsible for regulating communications and multimedia activities in Malaysia. During the investigation, MCMC traced the comment to an IP address that was registered under the name of Rutini bin Suhaimi. They also collected other digital evidence such as internet report to support the investigation. Based on the evidence gathered, the public prosecutor charged Rutini bin Suhaimi under Section 2331A of the Communication and Multimedia Act 1998. This law makes it an offence to knowingly use the internet or communication service to transmit content that is offensive, insulting, or intended to annoy or harass others. During the court proceedings, the judge has to consider several important issues. First, the court needed to decide whether the prosecution have proven beyond reasonable doubt that Rutini bin Suhaimi was the person who posted the offensive comment. Since this case was a criminal case, the prosecution had to provide strong and convincing evidence. The second issue was whether the digital evidence, including the IP address and internet records, was reliable enough to identify the accused. The court carefully examined whether this evidence was sufficient to link the accused to the online posting. These issues were very important because the court needed to determine whether the accused was truly responsible for the offence before delivering its final judgment. After reviewing all the evidence presented by the prosecution and the defence, the High Court decided to uphold the conviction of Rutini bin Suhaimi. This means that the court agreed with the earlier decision and found that the accused was guilty of the offence. The court concluded that the prosecution had successfully proved the charge beyond reasonable doubt, which is the standard of proof required in criminal cases. In other words, the judges believed that the evidence presented was strong enough to show that the accused had committed the offence. One of the main reasons for the court's decision was the digital evidence presented during the trial. The judges accepted the IP address and internet record as reliable evidence linking the accused to the offence's online posting. This record helped show that the online comment was connected to the accused's internet account. Based on all the evidence, the court found that the accused had committed an offence under Section 2331A of the Communication and Multimedia Act 1998, which prohibits the transmission of offensive or improper online content. So as a result, the High Court maintained the original sentence. The accused was ordered to pay 50,000 fine, and if he failed to pay the fine, he would have to serve 8 months prison. The prosecution also requested a heavier sentence, but the High Court rejected that request. The judges decided that the original punishment was appropriate and did not need to be increased. Overall, this judgment shows that Malaysian courts take offences involving harmful online communication seriously. It also demonstrates that digital evidence, when properly collected and presented, can play an important role in helping the court reach a fair decision. Next, I will explain my analysis and critique of this case. First, for my analysis, I think this case is important because it shows how digital evidence can be used in court. Today, many crimes happen online, so digital evidence has become very crucial during investigation. In this case, the prosecution used the IP address and internet records to identify the accused. This shows that electronic evidence can help the police and investigators find the person who may have committed an online offense. Besides that, this case also shows that people must be responsible for what they post on the internet. Many people think that they can say anything online because they are behind the screen. However, this case proves that online activities can be traced and that people can face legal action if they break the law. This helps create a safer and more respectful online environment. And another point is that the judgment supports the Communication and Multimedia Act 1998, which is one of Malaysia's important laws for regulating online communication. The law helps protect people from offensive or harmful content that remind users to use social media and online platforms responsibly. Now, I will move on to my critique. In my opinion, I agree with the court's decision because everyone should be responsible for their own online behavior. If someone posts offensive or harmful content, there should be a legal consequences they should face. This can discourage other people from posting similar content in the future. However, I also think that investigators should not rely only on an IP address. An IP address only shows which internet connection was used, but it does not always prove who was actually using the device at that time. For example, family members, friends, or colleagues may share the same internet connection. Because of this, investigators should also collect other evidence such as witness statement, device examination, login records, or forensic evidence to make sure the correct person is charged. Finally, this case teaches us an important lesson. We should always think carefully before posting anything online because our action on the internet can have legal consequences. At the same time, law enforcement agencies should continue improving digital investigation methods to ensure that the investigation are fair, accurate, and based on strong evidence. Overall, I believe this case highlights the importance of using digital evidence together with a true investigation. It also reminds us that technology should be used responsibly and that everyone have the responsibility to respect the law when using internet. That's all for me. Thank you.